morning and welcome to the fourth hour. It's great to have you along. It's inauguration day today. And in fact, I thought I would just share. I don't have the audio up on this, but we'll just share video so you can see what's going on. Folks are already, so you can see there. Um, oh, we've got the Donald Trump and Melania Trump had met for tea with the Bidens this morning, and now they're just getting into the limousine, as you can see there. So I'm going to leave the video up for you as I continue to recap some of the things that I see that are going on today. But that to me is at least that I think that is going to be more interesting to you than looking at me over the course of the fourth hour today. So let's leave that there. And then I want to share some of the latest stories. Let's go to the New York Post because I'm looking at the headlines. Donald Trump to rename the Gulf of Mexico, part of his first day executive orders. And he talked about this recently, renaming it the Gulf of America. So he will do that. Also, Denali, the highest mountain in North America, will revert to Mount McKinley, which it was called until Barack Obama changed the name in 2015. Donald Trump is changing the name back. So Denali will once again become Mount McKinley. So the renaming of those two natural features is to honor American greatness, according to a preview of the orders. So again, Donald Trump is just already is talking about doing a lot of things. And we're seeing that that's not sharing, right? I want to make sure that you are okay. I want to make sure that's what's being shared with you as I'm clicking on some other issues here. Okay. Let me just double check and be sure. Okay. And I apologize. I know some of the video, you see the door, it'll pop back and forth. I looked at a couple of other live feeds as well, and this is among the best. So they're kind of waiting. I think they may have word that somebody, in fact, the doors are opening right now. So as others are leaving, getting ready. Okay, let's see what else is going on here this morning. So Donald Trump renaming the Gulf of Mexico Mount Denali. Those are among his first executive orders. Also, Joe Biden telling Donald Trump, "Welcome home," he said to Donald Trump as they were meeting ahead of the inauguration. That would have been an uncomfortable tea, I think. Also, this makes me laugh. Donald Trump's team on social media today, this was the Trump War Room, wrote in a post on X this morning, eviction note. At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, White House senior living will cease to exist, and its resident will be transferred to a Delaware facility on a permanent basis. So, and you may remember because they had put together a video that was just absolutely incredible, White House senior living, where residents feel like presidents. You remember that? So now they're serving an eviction notice to Joe Biden. Also, Donald Trump is going to announce the end of birthright citizenship for children of illegal immigrants in an executive order on his first day in office. So they will no longer recognize the immediate citizenship of children of illegal immigrants born in the U.S., Trump said. So now this, according to the 14th Amendment, then this action could raise legal questions. Well, let me remind you why the 14th Amendment was passed. It was created to grant citizenship to former slaves, to make sure that they had equal rights and protections for all citizens. It was ratified in 1868. That's where the 14th Amendment came from. to give citizenship to former slaves who had been in the United States all of their lives, and their children were being born. They had, so, or not all slaves had been in the United States all of their lives, but it was becoming generational, and they wanted to say, okay, you'd been enslaved previously, you were brought to this country against your will, you're a citizen. That's why the 14th Amendment was created. So Donald Trump, the way it is being used now is you have people coming into the country illegally, having children in the country, and then say, oh, their children are citizens, and Donald Trump wants to put an end to it. So you can bet there will be fireworks as a result of this. That I had not seen that story until just now. So I would have shared this with you on the air earlier this morning. So let me take a look at, again, the president greeting Trump at the White House saying, welcome home. Meanwhile, you also had Kamala Harris and her husband welcoming the Vances at the White House as well. In fact, the Vances arrived first prior to Donald Trump arriving at the White House. And then other big stories we talked about this morning. And you can find a number of these at One America News Network, OANN. The president pardoning Anthony Fauci, as well as the January 6th committee. Which that is just a little bit crazy. So I want to take a look at, is there anything, split screen here so you can see some of the activity then in the Capitol Rotunda as things are ongoing. And yeah, Steve, did you see that Steve is sharing a comment. At an end, your rule is, and not short enough it was. Yeah, I put that actually on the description of the fourth hour today. Because that was the thought that I had this morning as well. So I'm trying to look at comments. Kathy is saying, so long overdue. I think Trump or Congress should challenge the preemptive pardons, should be illegal. How can you pardon someone who's not guilty of anything yet? Yeah, the preemptive pardons, the president clearly has pardon authority. And once, I don't know that you can challenge those. The president, forget Steve. I had that quote first, Edgy. The description that I posted, go look on YouTube. Look at the description of the program today. That's not Steve who came up with that. That was me who came up with that. So don't be giving Steve credit for what I posted on the intro. Anyway, it's nobody reads the description. Yeah, well, true. Yeah, that's what it'll show up on Facebook as well. So I really don't have a lot. I'm just very encouraged by what's going on today and what we're going to see happening. So that's why I thought I would at least share the video. I think a lot. Okay, Derper, I know who you are. It's going to be hell for you to pay. Just there's really not anything. I mean, a lot of news that I'd be repeating that I shared during the morning show this morning. We see the limousines pulling away and departing for the Capitol. The ceremony will be taking place indoors today, and due to the cold, we're certainly seeing cold weather here this morning with wind chill getting down into the, well below zero, down to 20, in excess of 20 below zero at points this morning because of the cold. So it's going to be an exciting day. And I think really the excitement, and that's what folks are saying, were saying on Facebook earlier this morning. I had a number of folks who were Steve is saying without him, the podcast would crumble. That may be true, Steve. I appreciate that. There were a lot of comments that folks were making on Facebook earlier this morning as I want to pull up my Facebook page and share some of those comments because this was again, my spirits were running pretty high until I heard about the president and his pardon of Anthony Fauci and a lot of other folks. I posted that in the comments, and a lot of you are also angry. But a number of you are very optimistic today. Tom said he was very optimistic. Michelle said America first. Cher said, I have had renewed hope since Trump won the presidency. And then she posted a link. She said that it's given me pause. She is exceptional in the world of finance. So it's a video actually, but most are pretty optimistic. Justin said it, as the Democrats said, the actual and intelligent adults are back in office. Tom said, bring it on. Christopher made a great point, and I kind of agree with him. Biden pardoning these people is proof that they're guilty of something. If innocent, then there's no need to pardon. Yeah, that's what kind of blows my mind as well. Scott said, bringing respect back to the office of the president. Scott posted a photo of Trump wheeling Joe Biden in a wheelchair, in a hospital gown out of the White House. So just a lot of optimism. Some I know are really concerned about what Joe Biden was going to do in his remaining hours in office. And are saying that they'll be doing better after Donald Trump is actually sworn in. Angie said, excited, relieved, but anxious for his safety and therefore our country's safety. Doing lots of praying today. Dawn said the same. Many prayers for our country. We will all need them. And then Chad again saying, I think what a number of folks are saying is that just very, very hopeful about what's going on. So I really don't have anything in addition to that. Edgy, I'm only joking. Just so you know, I came here to listen to you, Greg. I don't read the descriptions, but credit where it's due. Great Yoda quote. It's okay. It's okay. But that's what came to my mind this morning. It was that quote from Yoda is because, coming to an end and not soon enough it was. That was very much at the top of my mind as I was beginning the fourth hour. I would have said that actually on the program this morning if it had occurred to me then, but I think so frustrated by those Joe Biden last minute pardons. Anthony Fauci and General Milley and all of these January 6 people, not only members of Congress, but their staff members. Seriously? Yeah, let's go after the staff members of some members of Congress who were part of January 6th. Are you kidding me? I mean, they want to make Donald Trump look like a lunatic when in reality, they're the ones who just look like loons. So that was pretty frustrating to me this morning. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I'll be watching the events unfold today. Donald Trump, again, the inauguration begins at 11 this morning, and Clay and Buck will be carrying live coverage for as much as they can during their show. And so things may be a bit bumpy for those of you who listen to that on Kello. I suspect a good number will be trying to catch what they can on television, so on. But if you're listening on Kello, it may get a little bit bumpy at times, and just understand that. So, because I appreciate what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring as much of the inauguration coverage to their listeners as is possible. So we'll leave it there for today. I want to thank you so much for letting me join you, making the fourth hour a part of your day. It's very, very much appreciated. Always good to see all of you. Appreciate the comments. You take care. Have a great Monday. See you again tomorrow. And it's a new day. So, will Donald Trump, part of what's amazing to me is all that Donald Trump is wanting to do, the executive orders, over 200 that he is expected to sign this evening, which is just absolutely incredible. We are off and running and hoping that it's going to be a bright new day. So we'll leave it there for now. Thanks so much for being here. See you again tomorrow. And may God bless, my friend.